Hello everyone. It's about 7 a.m. Friday, February the 12th, 2016, and this is DelrayVAWeather.com. This is going to be our morning update on the winter storm that we expect Monday through Wednesday of next week. And a few things have changed overnight. One thing, the North American model now covers at least part of Monday, and so we have the benefit of another model analysis. But also, it appears that both the GFS and the European model have trended this storm a little further east, and as a result, it's possible we would get a higher snow total on Monday into early Tuesday. What you see on the screen is the Iowa State Mediagram, and this is set only for the Cobb 5 calculation of snow to liquid ratio. That's the one I really prefer. And if you look here, this is the Mediagram for Reagan National Airport. And if you look here, we got pretty good agreement between multiple model runs now of about 3 inches on the ground, and this would be, let me see what the timing is. Let's see, this would be as of 4 p.m. on Monday. So we basically have 3 models. We have 2 GFS model runs, the 0Z and the 6Z, that are saying that NAM does not, North American model doesn't cover the entire day Monday yet, but this is the sort of orange dotted line here, and it definitely is trending in the same, along the same general path as the GFS is trending, so I do think that there is a good chance that we may end up with a max depth of snow in the neighborhood of 3 inches on Monday. Okay, let's take a look, but that doesn't tell the whole story. We're going to get rain probably mostly in the Tuesday time frame, and then we're possibly going to get a pulse of snow on early Wednesday morning. Let's take a look at some of the data on that. Again, I'm going to start out with the Fantasyland model. This is the Canadian model. Again, this is the 0Z Canadian run, and it's really showing a huge snowstorm here. It's more than likely it's saying that we won't get any rain. It's all going to be snow, and I seriously doubt that. It is, of course, conceivable, but right now I don't think this is really a viable scenario. Okay, this is the, let me make sure I get the right one here. Yeah, this is the European model. This is the latest run. This is the 0Z. And it's showing, basically, we're in sort of a bullseye here of 2 inches, where the highest level would be out here in West Virginia, which is pretty much what it was showing yesterday. And let me just bump this to the previous run, which was the 12Z. And you can see that yesterday 12Z showed the bullseye out here in West Virginia, and us only getting basically a trace of snow. So what's happened is everything has shifted a little further east, and now we're in a band that's more likely in a 2-inch range. Okay, this is the latest GFS. This is the 6Z. It's showing actually at again, this is 7 p.m. on Tuesday. It's showing us at about 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches, and again, these maps all are assuming a 10 to 1 snow to liquid ratio. That's why the mediagram was showing more like 3 to 3.5, and this is showing more like somewhere in the 2, 3, 4 range. And if we bump this back to the 0Z 6 hours ago, it's showing 4 inches. Again, it's still showing a substantial bullseye out towards West Virginia, but then it backs off, and again it's showing a little less in West Virginia and about the same here in DC at that time. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, this is the latest run of the North American model, the 6Z. This is covering up through Monday at 1 p.m. That's as far as this model goes, up to Monday 1 p.m. And Alexandra's here, and you see we're in this blue area. That would put us in the neighborhood of 3 inches. Again, that's what was showing. We showed in the Iowa State Mediagram, about 3 inches. Okay, this is the mediagram, the GFS mediagram, and again, this is showing 3 inches, and then a little burst of snow on Wednesday the 17th to bump us up to 4 inches. You should probably take a look at the temperature profile here. And if you notice, this is projecting a potential maximum temperature on Tuesday of 54 degrees. So even though the highest rain rate is right here about midday Tuesday, temperature is so high that this would all be rain. In all likelihood, that's what's going to happen. But if the storm trends a little further east in the next run, we're starting to have to keep a close eye on this storm, because that will increase the snow total, certainly potentially into Tuesday, where we could conceivably see a lot more snow than what these current runs are showing. And then I want to compare this is the European mediagram as well. And let me switch back and forth so you can sort of see this. If you look at what they're showing, it's again projecting about 54 degrees, but there's a shift in the timing of the rain, and that is the reason why the GFS has a little more snow Monday compared to the Euro, because the European model is showing that the bulk of the rain is going to fall where the temperatures are above freezing, where the GFS is showing that a good portion of the rain, not necessarily the bulk, but an extended period, Monday into Tuesday, mostly Monday, is going to be at temperatures where it'll be below freezing. Okay, let's switch to the buff kit. This is the NAM, the North American model. We can look at that now on buff kit because it does cover part of Tuesday. Monday actually. And this is the overview for that model. And we're looking at, this is the Monday time frame, and it runs from 2 a.m. To about 2 p.m. on Monday. If we sum this up, this is with Cobb 5. It's showing 2.8 inches, almost 3 inches. If we switch this to Cobb 11, it's showing about 2.6, and Max T, it's showing about 3.6. So I definitely think that it's now looking likely that the maximum depth, certainly on Monday, will be somewhere between 1 inch and 3 inches. I think that really is reasonable right now. But the question really comes: what happens after Monday? What happens on Tuesday and Wednesday? And let me switch to the GFS. We can take a look at that. Okay, this is what the GFS is saying would happen on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And if we sum up what it's saying about 3.4 for Monday, and that, let me see what the time of the end of this would be. It's going to be about 6 p.m. on Monday, where the snow switches over the freezing rain. And then it stays pretty much all rain through until about 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So we got a long period of potentially rain. The temperatures are going to probably be substantially above freezing, except for prior to 9 p.m. Monday. So certainly late Monday night, there is a chance that we would have some ice buildup on the roads, potentially, possibly on some trees as well. And then what GFS is suggesting is at sometime Wednesday, the temperature is going to drop dramatically. And believe it or not, this is saying that we could pick up 3 inches just on Wednesday. So we're talking about potentially 3 inches on Monday and then 3 inches early Wednesday. Because Wednesday it's going to have a very high snow to liquid ratio. It's going to be in the neighborhood of above 20 to 1. So, you know, overall for the whole storm, the total may actually come out to be about 6 inches. However, the first 3 inches is probably going to all melt to nothing, and then if we get the next shot Wednesday, that would be almost like a separate storm, a separate accumulation. I do still think, I realize Monday is not a working day because it's the President's Day, and but if you're out driving on President's Day, you need to be very careful because it's likely to be very low visibility, and also the roads could very well be slippery. Certainly, if you're out driving after 6 on Monday, the roads could be very icy. And so you need to be careful about that. As far as the Tuesday commute, it's going to be basically the same, a messy commute like you would get in a rainstorm, in a spring rainstorm, because the temperatures are going to be probably high enough so we're not going to get much freezing. But you're going to have reduced visibility and people driving slower because of the rain. And then finally, probably as far as a work day, the worst commute potentially is going to be Wednesday a.m. commute, because it's quite likely we're going to have a pretty rapid snowfall in the early commute on Wednesday, and it will reduce visibility, and potentially it would get slick because any pre-treatment of the roads are going to be washed away in the rain we have Tuesday, and all the roads are going to have to be retreated, and the snow is going to come down suddenly, so shortly after the rain ends. So it's going to be very difficult for road crews to pre-treat. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope that gives you some overview of what we current thinking is. It's still, I think, a iffy confidence on this. I think we need to keep an eye on this storm, and I suspect we'll have a much better idea how this is going to play out. Probably, I would imagine, sometime Saturday night. I think the models are starting to agree, and I think you should plan for 3 inches of snow on Monday. But Outside of that, as far as how this is going to play out, Tuesday, I still think there's a low confidence of whether it's going to be all rain or more of a extended period of freezing rain. Okay, if you have any questions, just give me a tweet at PatPend, that's PATPEND, and I'll try and answer them. Thanks a lot.